Here is grade 7, module 14, lesson 1. Our I can statement is I can describe the likelihood of an event. So here we have some vocabulary. We have the probability of an event measures the likelihood that an event will occur and is always a value from 0 to 1. Okay, always a value from 0 to 1, which is like that 0% to 100%. 100% being it will happen. Very, very likely, 100% chance will happen. Down to 0%, which is impossible, it cannot happen. Okay, so, oops, cannot happen and will happen. Okay, 100% chance, or 100%. The closer the probability is to 0, the less likely the event will occur. The closer it is to 1, the more likely an event will occur. If an event is certain, that probability is 1. So again, that's that will happen, that 100%. An event that has the same probability of occurring as not occurring is as likely as not to happen. So let's read that again. That was a lot of words. An event that has the same probability of occurring as not occurring is as likely as not to happen. Pause the video, read that again if you need to. But we have experiment here. One more vocab word. Can be performed many times. Each repetition of the same experiment is called a trial. So doing the same thing over and over again to see what the results are. Those are each trials. And then a sample space is the set of all possible outcomes. Okay, all possible outcomes. So not what happens, but what could possibly happen. So you have a jar. Let's see, you have a jar here. And that does not look like a jar. Here's a jar. And we have some red marbles. So we have 2 red marbles and 12 blue marbles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, what is the sample space of the experiment? Okay, the sample space would be pulling a red marble or a blue marble. Again, that is our possible outcomes here. Is the event of pulling a red marble likely, unlikely, certain, or impossible? So a red marble, the event of pulling a red marble is possible, okay, but it's unlikely. So there's a red marble in there, so it is possible, but it's going to be pretty unlikely. And the event of pulling a green marble, well, it's impossible because there are no green marbles in our jar. That would be impossible. There's none in there. We can't grab any. But red, it's going to be unlikely, but it's in there. And then what is an event that would be certain? So what is something that has that 100% certain outcome? That would be pulling a red or blue. Pulling a red or blue marble. There's a 100% chance that that will happen. All right, what is the likelihood? Oh wait, sorry, new problem. 2 1 to 6 number cubes, so a dice, are rolled and the numbers are added together. So you have 2 separate dice. Okay, you have your dice here. 2 separate ones. We're going to add them together to make some sums. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And figure out what some likelihoods are. So what is the likelihood of the event that the sum is greater than 1? Now thinking like kind of worst case scenario, you're going to have a dice. Even the lowest possible answer would be 1 plus 1, right? So it is a possible in certain, or sorry, it is possible. Certain can be another explanation. And then we can say the smallest sum that can be rolled is 2, because we would have that 1 plus 1 is 2, or more. Put or more on there. Okay, how many outcomes are possible? What is the sample space of possible outcomes? So try and write that out. Pause your video. You could have a 1 plus a 1, a 1 plus a 2, 1 plus a 3, 1 plus a 4, 1 plus 5, 1 plus a 6, and then different variations of that. So write out and see how many you have. Pause the video, and then unpause it when you think you have the total possible outcomes. And unpause when you're good to go. So they have 11 possible outcomes. And then our sample space for those would be 2, 3, 4. So adding the sums, or adding from the sums and getting the sums. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are possible sums. So again, that's our sample space. That's our vocab word. And then Hannah rolled the following sums. How many trials did Hannah perform? So let's go back to our vocab here. Repetition of the same experiment. So this is Hannah actually trying. She's got her 2 dice. She's rolling them, and she got 7, 3. Next time she got 6. Next time she got a sum of 4. How many times did she do that? Count it up. And we have 10. We have 10 trials. There are 10 sums. There are 10 sums. So Hannah performed 10 trials. Okay, so this is just simply the number of rolls would be considered 1 trial.